Hello, people of the internet. A while ago, my friend and I had a conversation about this comic strip where someone creates an app that records rabbits, which they call buns. We laughed a lot about how silly it would be to create such a crazy app, so I knew I must do it. The plan here was to get camera access to be able to upload pictures of buns to a central database, then use a Firebase storage, kind of like S3 is the centralized place to store all these photos. Then let users look at the photos by getting them out of the database so that each user can see all the buns all the other users have recorded. This deviates from the original plan in the comic strip to share the locations of the buns. This is because I have one friend in Oregon who might want to use this, and he's probably the only person in Oregon who wants to use this, which means if I saw a location from Oregon, I would know exactly where my one friend was anytime he uploaded a bun, and I just feel like I don't need that information. So for now, I'm deviating away from the original comic strip. Also, I'm going to start using Codium for the first time in this project, which is a free AI to help you code, kind of like Copilot. I'll share my thoughts about how this went at the end of the video. First thing I did was create a camera reference so that we can actually access the camera. Then I took a snapshot from the camera input and made sure to save it in some state so that we can use it later. Next, I needed to save the image to Firebase. Now, I created an upload image to storage function, which is where all the actual work is going to happen, and then I navigated to the home page. Inside this actual function, there's a few things that need to happen. First, we're going to need some imports from Firebase storage. Then, we'll need a unique name for each of the files we want. Here I'm going to use the current time and date as the file name, and it needs to end in JPG. This is going to allow each file name to be unique, and assuming no two users upload at the exact same time, and it'll allow me to organize things by the time that they were uploaded in the future. It also begins with image slash, which is going to put everything into an image folder in Firebase storage. This is the really great thing about Firebase storage, is that really, to get storage, you just ask for it, and a path where you want it to be just appears. It's really great. Next, we'll need to create an instance of our storage, and then this tripped me up. You have to create a buffer properly to load all your bits into using base64, and then you can upload it with the Firebase's upload function, uploading everything out of the buffer with some metadata and your reference. I also get the file path that you can download it from here, but I didn't really need to. Next thing to do is to actually get the images back from the database when users want to look at all the buns. First, we're just going to ask it for everything in the image folder, because that's where we put all of our images. That'll create our reference. Next, we're going to list all the objects' images in that folder. That's really all there is to it. I have a few final thoughts about this project. First, being on AI and how it helped me during this project, I think it was really great because it saved me from having to look up syntax on Stack Overflow. I think it'll be a while before it completely replaces programmers who are doing complex tasks, but that shouldn't downplay the fact that it's a really great tool. And yes, I know this basically just turned into an Instagram clone, but I had fun doing it anyway. Sure, it's just a watered down version of sharing photos, but I had fun doing it anyway. And I'll probably add features to it as they continue to be requested from my friends. It's kind of strange how you make something and it's really hard to predict what people will want and what features they'll want. Like, I would have assumed, being able to comment on the pictures would be useful, but the first thing they said when I shared this with people was they wanted background music. Who could have guessed people would want background music, of all things? But okay, I guess that's the next thing I'll work on. I hope you enjoyed this.